Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this morning. We're right here toward the end of the week. Got a big day tomorrow on giving away some seafood and all that. But today, got a good fishing video, some really cool picture show and share with you, and then a little video someone sent in. So all kind of good things going on here. High today 86 and low 71, and water temperature is at 78 degrees off the end of the pier. They still haven't fixed it out on the buoy. I don't know what it is. I haven't fixed it yet. The river readings get brought to us by Mountain Dew. Get out and do. Take a look at the Apalachicola of Bluntstown. It's been dropping the last couple of days. I'm going to start leveling off for the weekend, and it's reading right now at an 8.2, and the Choctawhatchee Caryville reading a 5.1. It's just flat out flat. I mean, not much going on there. So both rivers are going to be in great shape this weekend. Those leaves are going to be turning. There's going to be some good fishing on the rivers this weekend. Maybe it rain. They say a little bit of rain, but I don't think it's going to rain wherever you go fishing. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. We're looking at a high tide at 12:51. We had it this morning. High tide is going out right now. It's going to be low all the way to right after lunch today at 12:53. That's a 12 hours exactly within 2 minutes. So it's going to be low right there, and then it's going to start coming in this afternoon. It's going to be some good fishing time this afternoon if you get a chance to get out. Our marine forecast, it's been out of north a couple of days now. It's swinging out to the east, but it's still in double digits. It's coming in at 11. And I was talking to a fellow the other day. Anytime he gets in double digits on a small boat, you got to start especially a place in a lake and all. So be careful there. So it's going to be 11 today. All right, take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Trying to get our picture set up. We got a conglomeration of them. This is a funny one right here. So when I show this black and white picture, don't get scared that I'm showing it's not the most wanted or something. But I just think this is cool because this sort of parallels our philosophy on fishing and all here on Panhandle Outdoors. You've seen these before and after pictures in magazines and all. You know, before and after. Okay, that's cocaine and alcohol. Before picture on the left. Okay, that's ugly. And some of these are real pictures. And then on the left side, before and after crack. But look on the right side, before fishing and after fishing. Now, isn't that cool? Because that's the way we do. So anytime we get folks fishing, we're all better off. All right. Austin Birch sent this in Panama City fishing. Yeah, okay, he was working off of Cottage Point. Hello, that's up there in Lynn Haven. And I saw him kick off from under a dock. Now, this is cool. And he went about 50 feet away. So ran and grabbed the Z-Man and put him in the box. Never even took off the tool belt. He's up there working, so good job, Austin Birch. But you know, a lot of times you look out there and see stuff, and it doesn't go. It won't go very far. Redfish or flounder, and you can catch them. Captain Roy, we're talking about corn and all. He posted this. I went to a farm near Chipley, got 900 pounds of corn for my deer feeder for $90. Folks, that is really good. They're nice folks, and they've got lots more at $10 a hundred. If you want some, you need to call ahead. They're always busy working on the farm. And there's a phone number right there. I really don't know the folks, but I trust Captain Roy, and he knows what he's talking about. So there's a phone number there, and that's a good deal right there. All right, the next picture here, surf fishing. This is coming from Pensacola now. I mean, really, because I want to show you the pompano. These are small pompano. He released them. But and here's another picture of them. And water looks good over there in Pensacola. And here's, I got a tickle of this. Guess what he's fishing with? How about some fish bites? Now I like the green color better, but the hot pink is good too. But both of those colors. But anyway, small pompano, which is this time of year you would think it'd be a lot bigger, but that's on in Pensacola. So maybe the mamas and daddies are working their way down this way. This is funny. This is Brad Stevens, okay? This is his daughter. He posted this. He's watching Lily snatch red snapper up like a pro. Makes me so happy. Her love of fishing grows every year. These fall seasons are the best. First thing I noticed about this picture, okay, look at that life jacket she has on. All right? And there she's posing with it right there. And I text her. I congratulated her, and so I told her to tell her dad that she's a better fisherman than he is, because he's taking a picture and she's catching a fish. So y'all give Brad a hard time about his daughter catching bigger fish than him. All right, this is interesting now. Put it in perspective how fish eat such a large bait. This particular flounder weighed 6.5 pounds. That's a big flounder. It was weighted on digital scales, but inside was an 11-inch mullet, a whole mullet he had just eaten. They've got the mullet on the ruler there. That's how big the flounder is. So 11-inch mullet. Folks, that we've seen over and over again. You've seen me on some of my fishing trips cleaning them on the table and bringing out the whole bait and all. So they have a voracious appetite. How about some bear pictures? Big old ugly bears. And this time of the year, I'm gonna be showing you bear pictures on a regular basis now. This time of year, we don't show them much in the summer and all. This was I hear August 949. That's a big. That bear's been eating good this summer. But right now they just they're looking for places like this. How many of us have feeders like that? They know the corn is in there, and they're going to reach up there and get it, and they're going to do everything. Look at there, they're going to do everything they can. All right. And here's actually Ronald Matthews of Bear Creek. This is his camper, the Bear Creek Hunting Club, up there, and the bees are swarming. Actually, he had a video of it. I can show you the video later, but they're all swarming around his camper. So I hope he's aware of it. Somebody sent this. Anyway, I wanted to get those pictures going. Then I want to read this to you. A friend of ours sent it to me. Jack Nichols. Jack lives in Colorado, outside of Colorado Springs up there, and his dad's Charles Nichols. We've had a lot of correspondence with Charles. I haven't heard from you lately, Charles. Hope everything's going well, and drop me a line. So anyway, Jack is one of our YouTube viewers out there, subscribers. He sent this to me about a woman raised a deer, and she cited for an attack. Folks, this is interesting. A deer attacks. What we're going to do, we're going to take the break. I'm going to come back and read this article because you're going to just be shaking your head no way. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, now you ready for it? I'm going to read it to you because I'm going to have to read the whole thing to you for you to appreciate it. But being an outdoors person and living in neighborhoods and all, you will have an appreciation. Okay, coming up from Colorado from one of our YouTube viewers out there, Jack Nichols. A young deer raised by a woman in a Black Forest home attacked and gored a neighbor on Friday before the buck was euthanized by a wildlife officer. The woman raised the deer for about a year in her home, in a garage and on her property. The suspect, 73-year-old Tynette Housley, has been cited for illegal possession of wildlife and illegally feeding wildlife. Both of them are misdemeanors. And then it goes on to say the attack happened Friday morning when House's neighbor was out walking her dog. Is that not a typical scene across America? Okay, walking a dog in a neighborhood. The attack lasted several minutes, and the victim suffered serious cuts to her head, her cheek, and her legs. She was also bruised and was hospitalized overnight. Housley told investigators she took the deer in as a fawn, and then just started feeding it. The two misdemeanors carry fines of $1,000 and $1,098. All right, the victim, they went to the hospital and interviewed the victim. From her hospital bed, she said she was surprised to see a deer following her and was then shocked when it attacked. Okay, the buck knocked the woman to the ground and repeatedly gored her. The victim fled to her home, opened up the garage door, and found safety between the two parked cars in the garage. That's how she got away. Our wildlife officer responded to the scene and saw fresh blood on the antlers of the deer, and the officer euthanized the deer right there. And then it took him in to get a necropsy, and the deer's stomach contents confirmed it was being fed by humans, as it contained out-of-season foods including hay, grain, corn, and possibly potato. The carcass also being tested for rabies and all. And they go on to say, you can't do that. You can't feed wild animals and all. And they lose their fear of humans. So I know a lot of times deer become pets and all, but be careful doing that, and everything's okay, looks like. But I just thought that was sort of spooky for a deer to attack like that. So we're gonna, anyway, let's go from hunting with odd situations to a fishing video. Again, this time of year is just great fishing, so I got a little 5-minute video to get y'all fired up on catching pompano here at the Cape Sandblast. So Jeff, let's roll this video. This is good. I don't normally do. I'm going to throw back a whiting. They're great eating, but we don't have time to cook them. We got some pompano. We're going to cook pompano next. Let's get them out of here. Okay, so anyway, we're going to release the whiting. Close to the camera. See how big it is? All right. Okay, folks, what has happened? This is fascinating. You see my truck. See where the dark sand and white sand is? I was concerned I was about to get trapped in here. I've been trying to dig out a trench way down there, and all of a sudden one just naturally busted open. And it's really amazing what's going on with nature now. Look at here what happened. It busted out now. This was full way back to where I'm standing. See the water line right here? We have water to right here. And within a matter of 3 to 4 minutes, it's all washed and draining out. Check this out. This is what's going on with nature. These birds know that some of this sea life will be stranded, and they're just looking out for them a meal. Now, isn't that cool? There's a shark fisherman down on that end. But you see the water line, how this water pooled up back here, and just nature takes care of itself. You got so much pressure right here. This water just broke the beach line right there, that sand line. He just broke it, and all that water drained out. So I'm not going to be trapped here. So we'll be able to do the show come Monday. I know y'all have been really worried about that one. And also, crabs and all are going to be. Check this out. If I can get. It's about to balance out with incoming and outgoing, but it's still draining down in here. This is actually what happens when a dam breaks and all. Just a great force. 10 minutes ago, this was just solid across here. And I wish I'd have been here by the time I got the camera. And also, watch this. Yeah, it breaks in. Now by tomorrow, it'll build back up. Also, a lot of sea life will be out here. Crabs will be here. Fish will be feeding right through here. That's what goes on in nature. Uh-oh, we got a fish down here. We're catching the dickens out of whiting. I'm throwing about, I bet I've caught 20, 25 whiting I haven't put on film. We just throw them back because I ain't got time to cook them or not. Nice whiting, nice whiting. Okay, down here, you see these birds. Here's what's happened. This is just a circle of life in nature. Okay, I've released all the whitings this morning, and all of them pretty healthy. One of them has swallowed a hook, and he washed up down here about 20 yards from my pole, and you see what's going on now. Now, this is what's fascinating with these birds. They're going to get something. They're going to get a free meal, but now they fly all day, so they deserve a free meal. So this is a cycle of life, and you're going to see. I'm going to walk a little bit closer, and you're going to see he's going to eat a little bit faster. I love watching these. You know, that's one of the reasons I love fishing on the beach. All kinds of things going on. Now, as I get closer, see the biggest bird is getting the food right now. The other two, they want some food too. You see what's happening. I'm going to get closer. He's going to be mad now. He's going to try to, look at him. He's going to fly away. Okay, I'm going to back up. Come on. All right, go ahead and eat. I hate it. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. The little one. Oh, big boy coming. All right. That one swallowed a hook. You know what? I guess I could go back and get my hook. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. So maybe you can get fired up for the weekend and do some outdoor activity. Let's look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers. Looking at 4:48 to 6:48 this morning, and this evening 5:17 for 7:17. If you go back to the beginning of the show, and I was telling you about what the tide was doing, that coincides right there. So we'll keep that in mind. You're going to have an east wind, so plan your map on where you want to go. I want to mention this. The other day I mentioned Murphy beds on the show. I got a kick out of it. I ran into a friend of ours, Andre, who does he's a marketing man, and he works with Sleep Center, and he was telling me that the Sleep Center went up. I talked about it on the show about those, how much I love those beds and how practical they are for places and all. And he said, when we talked about it on the show, he said they had 8 or 9 different phone calls at the Sleep Center that morning checking on those Murphy beds. So advertising does work. So glad y'all do it. And again, another thing I thought about Murphy bed too. Next time we have a big hurricane and people are sort of homeless, and people are taking people in, letting them sleep in their house and all, that's not a bad backup plan to have a Murphy bed somewhere, especially when you get people coming in. So I like those things. Okay, now we'll go back to the beginning of the show. We talked about, I read you this article on the deer attack. Ironically, a friend of mine posted on a Facebook page, and this is a good friend of mine. We go back to the 7th grade. We've known each other. It was Carol Hodges then. Now it's Carol Hodges Higby, and her kids are like mine. They're grown. But we've known each other our whole life. Her dad was our pastor there at the Quincy First Assembly, so we spent a lot of time in church and all. A good family, David and all those good folks. And they moved on. She graduated from Chipley High School, but she lives in Wausau. But her daughter lives now in North Carolina, and they went up there to visit with her. And I want to show you this little video. Let me see if I hook it. It's only like 45 seconds, but it's cool. Okay, here it is. What do you see right here? Okay, look at here. A pet deer. Actually, I checked on it. This deer had actually, her daughter, this is her daughter's house up there in North Carolina. The mother of the deer had been killed in a wreck or something, and the little yearling started throwing food out. The yearling started eating in the backyard. So that's what happens. It's normal for this kind of behavior, and you want to take care of it. But again, you don't want bad things to happen. So anyway, I just thought that was, well, here it is right here when she's walking. Okay, she's walking up to her now. This is the beginning of it. At first it's a little spooky, okay? And then she knows there'll be some food to it. So anyway, we just wanted to share that with you, because I know different people all throughout the Panhandle have had different experiences with wild game and all, and it's a situation where you just have to be careful. It's a misdemeanor. It's illegal to do it. They don't need to become dependent on it. But then at times, there's a mom, it's like Bambi, the Bambi story, and you want to take care of it. So I see both sides of it, but be careful, especially if they have horns, like that situation there. So be aware of that. Okay, one other thing too, I mentioned the other day, my neighbor, Jim, was rear-ended about 2 weeks ago by someone texting, and he was stopped up there in Lynn Haven in front of the laundry, and a guy ran into him at full speed going about 45, but everything was okay. Another neighbor, same thing happened to her. I don't know if it's not my next door neighbor, right down the road from me. So that's 2 times in 2 weeks that stopped at a red light and somebody just smack dab ran into the back of them and they were texting. So again, we always talk about young people texting, driving. These people are not necessarily young people. One guy was in his 40s. I don't know about the other one, but a lot of the grown-ups are doing it too. So I just want to mention, be careful texting and don't text and drive. But be careful watching out for other folks when they're driving erratically and all that. You see it on a daily basis, and it don't have much to do with outdoors. But the people, how they're doing it, and sometimes I'm guilty of stopping at a red light or something. I'll check my message real quick, but I put it down and look around, make sure nobody saw me doing it. So anyway, make sure that I have some FWC updates. I don't know, I'm not going to have time to get through all of them. One of the things, all the offices are still closed. This is interesting. Here's a listing. Look at all the FWC offices. The one up here top, that's Bay County. But look at all of them. Closed. Santa Rosa, Joe Bud, Leon County. All the offices are closed. All the FWC offices are closed. So keep that in mind too. And then people want to know about the, the hunting range. Okay, let's look at the Bay County shooting range. Here are the hours. Let's go over these hours again at the Bay County shooting range. They're closed Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Operating at 50% capacity with a 1 hour time limit per participant. So you can't go spend a day out there. If it's 8 o'clock, basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from 8 to 5. So that's a good 4 days. So if you have a chance, take advantage of it there. Got to wrap it up. A lot of information. I hope we all got all that. And tomorrow now we'll be having a drawing and giving a good fishing forecast. It's been a pretty good week now in outdoors. It's been a beautiful week. So I'll be sure and tune in tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching the show. We appreciate the viewership. Do something good today for your fellow man, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.